my heart was just pounding very, very rapidly. And I thought, okay, this is it. It's happening. At that point, my parents rushed me to the hospital. I passed out on the way to the hospital because I had a collapsed lung and I had gone into septic shock, which means my blood is poisoned. So it was very serious. And while I was in the coma, the medically induced coma, it was very, I guess I should say dark. I think it was my consciousness registering what was happening to my body on a physical level. So for instance, it felt like I was being tortured, being dismembered. And I didn't know why, I didn't know why this experience was happening. And in shamanic traditions, they often talk about, shamanic initiation experiences where you experience kind of a dismemberment or pulling apart of the physical body. And there was a profound amount of suffering, obviously, in that experience, but it gave way to something really incredible and beautiful that I would not take back. The second dream felt like I was in this underwater cave, floating with these red lanterns, and I don't really know. Felt like I was in kind of a waiting area. I was on this huge ship in the middle of the ocean, what seemed like for most of my life, suffering and silence in this horrible situation. But there was this moment, and I truly believe that this was a turning point in my physical recovery, my decision to come back to this life and live it out. My sister appeared to me and we locked eyes, and there was just this, see, even recalling it now, I get emotional. There was this incredible sense of connection, of just shared suffering that was beyond words. So even though we weren't able to talk, there was just this magic that happened, this sense of connection and empathy and love. And then in addition to that, I felt there were all these changes. It's hard for me to remember fully what it was like on the other side or in this other realm. But I clearly remember this visceral feeling of just total surrender and letting go and love just entering my body, just unconditional love. And this recognition that there is no death on the soul level, that it's an illusion. It was an incredibly beautiful experience, and it gave me so much courage. It gave me this very intense will to live. Before this experience, there were moments where I was even suicidal. And then after this experience, I had such a drive to live. And also I had this incredible desire to, search out spiritually, which led me on this amazing journey and path I've had where it's like this experience took away that boundary, that physical boundary, and it opened me up to things. It opened me up to having precognitive dreams, and I'd had a very profound, spiritually transformative experience. I think it was maybe 1 year after this, kind of a Kundalini experience, which was frightening. And I do want to acknowledge that spiritual experiences can be very dysregulating. They can take you out of your normal day-to-day functioning, and oftentimes they can be misdiagnosed.